She spent thousands on brand new countertops. Granite. Beautiful. And the couple who bought her house, they ripped them out the first week. Today, I'll walk you through 5 things you should never fix before you put your house on the market. And if you stay to the end, I'll give you the one thing that costs almost nothing but changes the way buyers see your entire home. Almost nobody does it. And honestly, number 4 on this list is the one that keeps me up at night. I've seen it kill deals more than once on the same house. So don't click away before we get there. Hey, I'm Susan, a home selling expert with the Profitable Homeowner. I study what happens when people sell their homes. What goes right, what goes wrong, and what costs them money they didn't need to spend. So let me tell you about a couple. I'll call them Tom and Karen. They'd been in their house for 26 years, raised their kids there. House was paid off, kids were grown and gone. And Karen started thinking, okay, it's time. This place is way too big for the 2 of us. So she walked through every room with a notepad. The kitchen looks old, the bathroom tile is dated, the carpet upstairs has got to go, and she started calling contractors. Tom was fine with the house. It's a good house, Karen. People are going to see that. And this is what happened. Karen spent weeks getting the house ready, contractors coming and going, money going out the door. And when they finally sold, their neighbor down the street, who barely lifted a finger, got almost the same price. Karen was sitting there going, where did all that money go? That happens so much more than you'd think. And I'll be honest with you, people underestimate how much selling a home actually takes out of you. There's a financial transaction happening, yes, but underneath it, there are 20-something years of your life in those walls. Your kids' heights marked on a door frame, the kitchen where everything happened, and you're supposed to make clear-headed financial decisions while carrying all of that. It's a lot. So let's talk about where that money actually goes wrong. Number 1, never replace your countertops when the rest of the kitchen is dated. I get why people do this. You walk into your kitchen and those old laminate counters are the first thing that bugs you. So you think if I just swap these out for granite or quartz, the whole kitchen is going to look so much better. And it does, for about 5 minutes, until somebody walks in and notices the cabinets from 1997 sitting underneath brand new stone. Now the countertop just highlights everything else that's old. You know what I mean? It's like putting brand new tires on a car with a dented bumper. The dent actually stands out more. And this is the part nobody mentions. A lot of buyers, especially younger ones, they already have a plan for that kitchen. They've been saving photos on their phone for 2 years. They've got their whole vision picked out. So that countertop you just installed, gone. First week, just like the woman from the beginning of this video, save that money. Deep clean what you have. If the cabinets are in okay shape, maybe a coat of paint on them, but don't drop thousands on countertops in a dated kitchen. It almost never comes back to you. Now, number 2 is a big one, but wait until you hear number 4. I've seen that one destroy deals on more than one occasion. We'll get there. Number 2, never pour new concrete before you sell. You pull into your driveway every day and that big crack down the middle is staring at you. It bugs you. I get it. And you're thinking, I can't list the house looking like this. But concrete is one of the most expensive things you can do to a property. And what you get back on the sale? Not even close. You could spend a small fortune on a brand new driveway and a buyer isn't going to pay you more because of it. They're looking at the house, the kitchen, the bathrooms, the backyard, the driveway. If it's safe and functional, most people barely register it. If you've got cracks, get them patched. It's cheap and it's easy. But ripping out and replacing concrete before a sale, that money is gone, I promise. And wait, actually, let me back up, because this connects to something bigger. Every dollar you spend getting ready to sell, you need to ask yourself one question. Is this putting cash in my hand when I close, or is it just making me feel better right now? Those are 2 very different things. Okay, 2 down. Number 3 might surprise you because it seems like a no-brainer, but the one I really need you to hear is number 4. That's where I've seen families lose real money. I've put together a free seller's playbook for you to download. Inside, you'll find the key do's and don'ts before starting the home selling process, along with why it's critical to speak with a qualified agent before making any decisions or changes to your home. Number 3, never paint bold colors before you sell. Now look, painting can be one of the best things you do. Cheap, big impact, but only if you pick the right colors. I've seen homeowners paint their dining room this deep, moody green because they saw it on a design show. Or they do a bold accent wall in red because a friend did it and it looked stunning in person. Problem is this: bold colors photograph terribly. They make rooms look smaller and darker in listing photos. And most buyers are seeing your home for the first time on a phone screen. If the photos look heavy and closed in, they're scrolling right past you. They're not even booking a showing. If you're going to paint, go warm neutral. And honestly, if your walls are in decent shape and the color isn't anything crazy, you might not need to paint at all. That money might do more for you somewhere else. Even when you pick the right neutral, test it. Paint a section. Take a photo with your phone. See how it looks on a screen, because what looks warm in a room can look completely different in a photo. Make sense? And if your husband is saying, just leave it, it looks fine, he might actually be right on this one. Quick thing before we keep going, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next video. I have a free Facebook community where people going through this exact same process ask questions and share what's working. Real people, real situations. If you want in, the link is below. All right, back to it. And remember that bonus I promised you at the beginning? The thing that costs almost nothing? We're getting close. But first, this next one. This is the one I told you about. Pay attention to this. Number 4, and this is the big one. Never ignore the stuff you can't see. This is what happens. A homeowner spends all this energy and money on the cosmetic stuff, the stuff you can see. New paint, new light fixtures, new hardware on the cabinets, and they completely skip over what's happening behind the walls. The foundation, the roof, the furnace, the water heater. Let me tell you about a situation I know about. A couple listed their house. First agent gave them a number based on real comps, real data. They didn't like it, found someone else who came in higher, felt better, signed with them instead. Months later, price reductions in, still sitting there. They switched agents, then switched again, each one inheriting a stale listing with a bad history. The house eventually sold for less than that first number they turned down. Less. And by then, all those months of mortgage payments, taxes, utilities, and insurance had eaten through everything they thought they were protecting. The hard truth about pricing is this: the real value of your home is whatever a buyer is actually willing to sign on the dotted line for. Your own sense of what the home is worth lies in a different category entirely, and the market only cares about one of those numbers. And that connects right back to hidden problems, because when there's a foundation issue or a roof problem that nobody dealt with, the same thing happens. The deal falls apart, another month passes on the market, another set of carrying costs piles up. I know a situation where 4 separate buyers walked away from the same house because of a foundation problem the seller never addressed. So ask yourself this, and this is important: is top dollar something you'd like, or something your next chapter actually depends on? Because the answer changes everything about your strategy. If you're tight on margin, if the proceeds from this sale are funding what comes next, then you have zero room for a deal to blow up at the finish line. Every dollar you leave on the table has a cost, but so does every month you spend waiting, worrying, and starting over. You don't know what you don't know, right? That's what makes this so scary. You think everything is fine, and there's something underneath the surface that you had no idea about. Before you spend a single dollar on cosmetic updates, talk to a qualified agent. Be completely honest about your home and let them guide you on the next steps. This can save you thousands and potentially make you thousands as well. If there's an issue, a good agent will help you identify it early and tell you exactly how to address it. You want to know now, not 3 days before closing when the deal falls apart and you're forced to start over. That's one of the best bang for your buck items to do that I always talk about. It's the kind that protects the deal. That's the kind that actually matters. One more mistake, and then that bonus I've been promising you. But first, if you need help finding a qualified agent in your area, my team can help. We handpick local agents based on results, reputation, integrity, and the area they service. You'll receive up to 3 top recommendations for your specific situation. No cost to you, no obligation. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code, and my team will start finding the right agent to help you sell your home. Number 5, never buy new appliances when you don't need to. Everyone thinks stainless steel is the answer, right? And yeah, it looks nice, but if your kitchen is functional and the appliances work, swapping them out is probably just money you're never going to see again. There have been plenty of couples who are about to go out and buy a whole new set. Fridge, stove, dishwasher, everything. Stop. Don't do it. The kitchen was clean. Everything worked. And the type of buyer who was going to buy their house in that price range? Probably planning to redo the kitchen anyway. They didn't buy the appliances. They saved a ton of money, and their home sold fast above asking. Sometimes the smartest money you spend is the money you don't spend. Let me say that again. Sometimes the smartest money you spend is the money you don't spend. You just need someone to tell you that before you load up the cart. Make sense? All right, that's the 5, but I promised you something at the very beginning of this video, and I'm not going to leave you hanging. Okay, here it is. The one thing that costs almost nothing but changes everything: staging. And I don't mean hiring some fancy company to bring in rented furniture. Sometimes it's needed, but not all the time. I mean the basics. Clear out the clutter, open the blinds, let the light in, put away the family photos, make the rooms breathe, make it feel like a home someone could actually move into tomorrow. Seen staging change the entire feel of a showing. A house that sat for months with 0 offers, they staged it and it sold in 2 weeks. Same house, same price. It just felt completely different when you walked through the door. And most of that cost almost nothing. Moving things around, cleaning, letting in light, that's it. So before you spend money on countertops or concrete or appliances, stage your home first. You might not need to spend anything else. So walk away with this: before you spend any money getting your home ready, get a plan. Talk to a qualified agent who does this every day. Because what you assume matters and what buyers actually respond to, usually 2 very different lists. And that gap right there between what you think and what they think, that's where people lose money. I see it with the sell strategy, the upgrades, the staging, the pricing, and finding the right person to work with. All 5 of those pieces matter, and most people only think about 1 or 2 of them. Put together the seller's playbook. It's free. It walks you through what to focus on and what to skip based on your situation. You can grab it below. I really think it's going to save you some headaches and a lot of money. And look, if you're watching this right now and feeling a little overwhelmed, that's completely normal. Selling a home you've lived in for 20-something years is a lot. It's emotional, and most people don't realize how hard it actually is until they're right in the middle of it. But you're here. You're doing the research. You're watching this and thinking about it before you make decisions. That puts you ahead of most people. So give yourself some credit for that. I mean it. Next time I'll show you how to declutter your home without losing your mind. And I'll tell you right now, there's one room everybody forgets about. It isn't the one you think. I'll see you then.